want to say as a wrap-up to this whole KONOS H.O.W. thing is that, yes, you could get hung up with what needs to be learned, and what about the paper, what about the fact that if they're going to write biology, they're going to need some knowledge on the biology paper, for example. That's what we say you use that year after they've completed their Oikos journey up to that level. They use that year to prepare content-wise and preparation of terminology for writing exam, what kind of questions they're going to ask, what they expect is the way you answer the question, and all of that preparation is now just about getting prepared for the exam the next year. And I wanted to say at the seminar as well is that year, I think, is a vital year at home for that pure independence now, if you understand. KONOS H.O.W. to the end has been very much mentoring. Okay, now you want to go get your examination, you want to go prepare for your examination. Now you've got to put your head in the books. Now you've got to sit down and study hard. Now you're an adult, you're not a child of the family that we met. You know what I'm saying? Now this is the time. And yet they're still in the fold of the home, and they're still there to be guided and nurtured and mentored. That covering is still there. But now that's when they can be really independent and get their heads into the books and get ready for that exam and get the content in that they need in. Because all the other things are, you haven't taken from age 16 to 18 to do that, what I've just said, and missed out on those vital years of being able to train womanhood and manhood, and you didn't miss out on that. And we've got a testimony of a young lady that said that she went to university just before she was 20, because she went from school matric to a good matric where she could have gone straight into university, no problem, but felt led to just take a year and serve the Lord in the ministry, which she did, and then she went to university. And she says that she took such an advantage being older at the university, such a huge advantage having that little bit of maturity to all the 18-year-olds coming in. And a huge percentage of, what did you say, fallout, dropout, somebody was saying massive percentage of dropout, but the older they are, there's less likelihood of that. So and there's lastly, on the topic of entering to tertiary, there's a lot more balanced and stable and mature thinking regarding what I really am going to do if I'm going to university as well by that age. Because at 16 you can think one way about how it's going to be. At 18 it could be altogether different. At 19 and 20 you've now got that age of maturity on you where you've actually started to see a few realities in life, and you figure, I'm glad I didn't go off and do art, because actually what I need to do is commerce. You see, that it really, really gives more opportunity to make a wiser.
And what's also a good idea, perhaps the year that you're preparing for writing Cambridge exams, is to work in the avenue that you think you're going to be taking. So if you're wanting to go into art, you enroll in an art studio and you work alongside an art teacher, and you go to drama, or I don't know.
I've got a perfect example of this. When you're a young lady that wanted to work as a vet, and if not possible, then a veterinary nurse or anything to do with the care of animals. And so she couldn't get into university. What's that university called where you go to study to be? Yeah, thanks. Say it again.
KONOS H.O.W.
Yeah, that one. I was going to try and repeat it, but I won't. She couldn't get in. And so, oh no, disappointment, the parents were very upset, but we thought that she'd be able to because her science was so good and her maths, and she got such good grades. Oh, yeah. Really, really upset about it. But the reality is, I only take this many white female into the field, okay? So we suggested, why doesn't she go and work in a veterinary clinic for a while and study again and try and rewrite the exams in May and just go work for 6 months, rewrite the exams again, get the higher grades and get it even improved opportunity of maybe getting in and all the rest. 3 months into veterinary clinic, this is not for me. I can't do this. Reality struck because she lived and worked day by day in the field that she was going to go and study for 7 years to be in.
And all that money.
Yes. So it's really a good suggestion to do that, to go and actually physically work in the field.
Make sure that your
Bring
idea
our
and
nephew.
reality.
Or match up.
Match
My
up.
nephew was just cooking. He's going to be a chef. He's going to be a chef, just cooking. That's all he could think about was cooking. And then he went and did waitering. And then he went and worked in the kitchen. And then he went to a catering school. And now he's doing photography. Okay, right. Reality check. This is not what I want to be doing for the next 20, 30, whatever years. I want to do something that I'm passionate about and creative and everything else. And photography seems to be his field. But he did a taste, you see. He took a slice of each one to experience what it was really going to be like. Any questions quickly before closing? Because I know we need tea.
Do you have any resources available besides that you to use with
Yes.
yourself?
Where's my Bible? Yeah, the Bible. A very good study Bible. A really, really excellent. Try and find one that Missy is really comfortable with. She must like the feel of it, the look of it. I don't know if you've got your own study Bible. A really comprehensive study Bible that can be used. That, and that's all. If you can't find the resources, the information, basically, do you have internet? So if you need to look up biographies or something, you can. But even if you didn't have that, almost all the better, in a way, because you can use encyclopedias, you can be more, yeah. You see, there's two times KONOS H.O.W. nodding at the, it's better to keep it simple and not get too bogged down with too many resources, because then it gets back into the knowledge again. Rather get into the living of KONOS H.O.W.